Hello and welcome to another video of a comparison where we are comparing CS Executive Old Syllabus and the 2022 syllabus, which we call 2023. And today we will be comparing the subject of setting up of business. In the old syllabus, 2017 syllabus, it was called as SBEC, setting up of business entities and closure. And in the new syllabus, that is the 2022, which is implemented from 2023, here we are calling it as setting up of business, industrial and labor laws. So the new part is the industrial and labor law part, which is going to be new. Great. So let us just first, before we even go into the syllabus and compare, what is the big news which is coming out of this syllabus? So let us have a look at this big news and then we can compare chapter by chapter. So the big news in the SBEC new syllabus, in the new study material which is released by ICSA is, first thing is they have removed unwanted chapters. There were some unwanted chapters in SBEC, for example, environmental laws. Environmental laws was unwanted because as a company secretary, we never used to work on it. Environmental laws are very important, but it was not needed for company secretary job. So please try to understand that. That is just one example. Like that, they have removed some things. And next thing is, in along with removal, they have moved some chapters to company law. They have moved some chapters to company law. This is another thing which you have to know. In fact, you can watch my company law and practice video where we have compared, and there I have told you which chapters have moved from the SBEC to company law in the new syllabus. That is also a very good thing they have done. And second important news is they have added labor laws. And why do you think they have added labor laws? See, they have added labor laws because the new labor codes is going to come into India, and India is set to become a manufacturing hub. You know very well that countries don't want to deal with China. Countries don't want to deal with China, and India is one of the countries which is going to gain. There are other countries also, but since India is becoming a manufacturing hub very rapidly, labor laws is important, and new labor codes have come into India. So as a company secretary, there will be a lot of scope in labor laws, and that is the reason why they have added labor laws. And this is a very, very good move. It will increase the employability skills of company secretaries. And in general, in this subject, syllabus has been increased. I told you in company law, syllabus is reduced 5% in the new syllabus, but in SBEC, what is now SBILL, as I told you, setting up of business and industrial and labor laws, here the syllabus has actually not decreased, but syllabus has increased 30% because they have added the new things of labor law. So they have removed some unwanted chapters. They have moved some chapters to company law, some chapters, not everything. And finally, most important for you, you need to understand is that you need to cater to the corporate world. As a company secretary, you will be working on board of directors, you will be advising board of directors, and you should be somebody who has the latest knowledge. You have to be a person with latest knowledge. So ICSI has done a very good thing by making some changes in this subject. And the best part which I have seen is it matches the day-to-day work of a PCS. So I am CS Alok, just in case you don't know, I'm practicing as a company secretary, and I really like this subject because many of the things which we work on a day-to-day, that has been added in this subject. So students will be very well prepared when they join training. So when we have trainees come to my office, many times they have only theory knowledge, which is natural, but this subject is very good. When students study this subject and come for CS training, they'll be very practical no matter where they join. So this is the big news first before we go ahead. Some chapters are removed, some chapters are moved to company law, and labor law has been added in a very big way. So syllabus has increased by 30% and will be catering to the needs of the corporate world, and it matches with day-to-day work of PCS, which is very, very good. So even if you just learn this subject practically, you will do very well. So now let us see what has happened in the entire 2023 syllabus of setting up of business, industrial and labor law. That is interesting. So it is no more going to be about business closure. Then you'll tell, sir, what about closing of business entities? That has also been shifted to company law. So don't worry, they are just rearranged. So in general, you need to know rearrangement. So they have rearranged so that it will be easy for everyone. What are the objectives? To provide working knowledge and understanding of the procedural aspects relating to setting up of business, and to acquire working knowledge of application of labor law. So both you are expected to have working knowledge. Don't worry, you need not be an expert as a student. So please remember, company secretaries are increasingly seen as people who will set up businesses. It is not just lawyers or chartered accountants. So that is why this subject is very, very important. So company secretaries will be the go-to person whenever you want to set up a business. Okay, very good. So this is what you should understand in this 2023. Now let us compare. Yes, so this is the 2017 syllabus. So many students don't know how this SBEC is. See, in company law, I told you there is hardly any change. There is only 5% change. But in SBEC, there is quite a few changes. See, this was also working knowledge of setting up of businesses and closure. So here closure part has been removed in new syllabus. So old syllabus had chapters which you have already seen. So what is the choice of business entity? Then you had the different types of companies. Okay. Then we had charter documents, that is the alteration of the MOA OA. So now these things have been moved to company law of the new syllabus. So that subject is called company law and practice. So alteration of MOA, AOA, these things have been moved over there. So you need to please understand that. And there's one more very basic thing you should know. See, corporate professionals, when we have lawyers and we have chartered accountants. But later CS came much later, and that is a specialized field. Same way like that, we had company law, we had tax, we had JGL, EBCL, SLCM, and many more subjects, accounts and all of that. But there was a need for separate setting up of business entities and closure, and that was the reason why this subject was introduced in the year 2017. And please understand that there has not been too many changes. So the logic is same. Even in 2023 syllabus, it is similar, where business entity setting up is there. In 2017, this was a completely new subject because they felt that we need to have a separate thing, because there are 15 lakh plus companies in India. 600 to 800 companies are registered daily in India. So we need to have a separate subject called setting up of business entities, because India will witness rapid corporatization, ease of doing business, simplifying labor laws, and different schemes for factories. With all of this, India will have rapid corporatization till the year 2035 and beyond that also. So a separate subject was born. So when you see SBEC, it has a combination of company law, tax, JIGL, EBCL, SLCM, all of that. And in the new syllabus, they have gone one step ahead, because what you'll be studying is setting up of business, then industrial and labor law. So you'll be perfect, and it is going to match exactly with requirements of the industry. Then what else did you have? You had legal status of registered company, formation of LLPs, then different organizations like partnership, sole proprietor, then obviously Hindu undivided family. This was also there in the syllabus. Then NGO, Section 8 company, trust society. This is what we call as charitable institutions, right? Then we had financial services organization, NBFC, etc. Please understand that company secretary is a person who incorporates not just company. That was the old thing. But in 2017 onwards, ICSI said company secretary should be the person who's not doing just company, but even all these other organizations. And these are very good assignments, and it is very technical, and even the payment and the amount you get for this work is very high. So it's a great thing ICSI is teaching students to do this work. Then obviously in 2014 Startup India came, so that is there. So this was already there in the old syllabus. Then business collaboration, conversion of business entities. Then part B, they had done 35 marks for licenses. So if you see here, part A, what had they done? Part A they called as setting up of business as 40 marks. Then they had gone to part B. In part B it was mainly for the various registrations like PAN, TAN, GST, FCRA. Then if it is food license, drug license, all these kind of things was there in the various initial registration. Means first part 40 marks you will study about setting up a business. Once you set up business, you need GST registration, you need PAN registration, all that, and that was covered over here. Then intellectual property rights, compliances. So if you see here, they have given here only for setting up a business what in IPR is required. So only registration process was given. Then Factories Act also, if you see provision applicable to setting up a business. So it was not entire labor law. So labor law was there. So some student will tell, sir, labor law was there in old syllabus also, but it was only about registration process. Now you will be studying in more detail, and good they removed this. This chapter was very bad. It was not drafted well, and it was a very big headache for student, because you cannot study only small things. You have to study in depth, and there was no chance to study in depth. Again, environmental laws has been removed because environmental laws is required, but the thing is, lawyers are the go-to persons for environmental laws. So ICSI felt CS graduates have other areas to specialize, so they removed this from the syllabus. Then this whole winding up, this has been removed in the new syllabus. So please understand that dormant company has moved to company law. Removed means from SBEC they removed it and they have transferred it to company law. Strike off also, it is there in the company law new syllabus they have added over there. Insolvency and these were also some minor things they have added, but most of the things actually has gone to CS professional. So you'll study this in much more greater depth. CS professional actually for 100 marks, not just for one chapter, at least for 100 marks you're going to study. So this is the old syllabus. So now we will compare, because lot of students they tell, I don't know why students are always negative. Why are you getting so worried? Nothing much has changed. If you see here, in setting up a business entities, that is 60 marks. So here what they have done, they have done 60 and 40, simple. In the old syllabus, they had done where you had part A like 40 marks, then 35 marks, then 25 marks. So here they made it just part A, part B. You don't have A, B and C. They have removed that formula, part A, part B. If you see here, nothing much has changed. Selection of business organization, that is same as old syllabus first chapter, choice of business entity. What has changed? Don't worry, as a student you should actually embrace change. You should be happy if the new syllabus has come. You should not get worried. There's nothing to worry and hardly anything has changed. See here, types of entities, that is also there over here. Drafting of incorporation documents, that is also here. LLP is over here. Startup registration, it is here. Only the chapter number has changed, but the relevance is there. But here they have added one new chapter, micro, small, medium enterprises. Again, because there is lot of work relating to this, and company secretaries can take this job if they are trained well. Very, very good. Then conversion of business entities. This chapter also was there in the old syllabus. It is there in new syllabus. Non-corporate entities. So this is there, but they've just rearranged. They've made some small changes. They've rearranged, but the syllabus is the same. Nothing changed. Financial services organization, I told you, right? That is again over here also. Nothing to lose. Business collaboration, again it is there. Branch office, that is again there. Setting up of entities, wholly owned subsidiary, that is there. Setting up a business outside India, it is there in old, it is there in new. So nothing new for students to get worried. Everything is there. It is the same thing so far. Then here, identifying laws applicable to various industry in the initial compliances. So this chapter was there in part B of old syllabus. Now they have brought it to part A. That is also there. What is there for you to worry? Nothing to worry. Then various initial registration licenses, same thing. It was there in part B of the old syllabus. Now they have brought it to part A of the new syllabus. That is part 1. They are calling it, right? So this is what you should understand. And remember, don't talk or don't listen to anyone who talks without any facts. See, that is why I'm making this video, and we are going to make it for all subjects, where we are going to show you both the syllabus and there can be no argument. Everything is there. Next we have part 2 or part B, which they have added, industrial and labor laws. This is the new thing which is come for 40 marks. In old syllabus you did had labor laws, but that was only for registration procedures. But now you are studying the basic concepts like constitution of the labor laws, that is why do we have labor, what is the concept, then evolution of the legislation in the labor code. See, labor code has not been fully implemented, but the codes have come, so that is why you are going to study this part over here. Then we have law relating to welfare and working conditions. So all the Factories Act, then the Child Labor Act. So all this will come over there, which is again very important for you as a job as a company secretary and definitely as a practicing company secretary. So tomorrow you may practice or you may join a CS office. Then we have law relating to industrial relations. So this is actually making a comeback. In 2012 syllabus, this was their Industrial Dispute Act and all of this. Then in 2017 they removed it and they just made it only some basic things like registration procedures. And in 2022, or what we call now 2023 syllabus, again they have added it back. That is the Industrial Disputes Act, which is very good. As I told you, India is set to become a manufacturing hub. So once there is manufacturing, there is a lot of labor related compliances issues. So CS can be an expert in that field. That is why this is there. Very, very good. Law of wages, which is again it is making a comeback. Then social security legislation, again it is making a comeback from 2012. It is back in our 2022-2023 syllabus. Excellent. Then another very new thing, because sexual harassment of women at workplace is a very, very big field and it is compulsory for every industry to have this policy. So CS has to take this responsibility along with the legal and HR team. That is why we can do this only when we have the knowledge. This was there in the old syllabus also, but it was just like a very, very small introduction. That's all. It was very small introduction. Now they have added the entire act and it's a very, very good addition because you should know this as a company secretary. So overall, ICSI has done a great job in this new syllabus. Really, we should appreciate them. They've removed things, they've rearranged, and they've done a really great job in this entire new syllabus. And second thing, they've made it very, very practical. They made it very practical so that you can do well as a company secretary. The subject, if you study this subject, you can have a career even if you don't pass CS. I'm not saying don't pass, please pass, and we are there to help you in Ekcel Academy, but I'm just telling you how beautiful this subject is. You learn all the practical procedures, which is excellent, absolutely excellent. So this is the big news. We have removed some chapters, we have added labor laws. Syllabus has actually increased over here compared to old syllabus. You need to study a little bit more, but it is reduced in other subjects. So you'll be catering to corporate world. So if you want to know more, please do subscribe to this channel. We will be making more of comparison videos. Okay. So comparison videos we will making, and we want you to please watch it. So please subscribe. And if at all you want to know anything about our classes, our mentorship program, or anything relating to our admissions, we are always there to help you. You can get in touch with us for your CS executive coaching or mentorship. We are there for you anytime. Please don't forget to subscribe, and we'll be making many more videos where we compare the subjects of old syllabus and new syllabus. Thank you. I will see you in the next video, and please don't get scared about new syllabus. It is a very good syllabus for your future.